Good afternoon, guys and girls. It has been too long since I've had a chance to do anything at all. And one of the reasons for that is, well, I don't know if you can see this very well. Take a look. I don't know if that's showing up very well, but it's cleaned up a little bit better. There's a nice little gash I had behind my ear. I had a bit of an accident where I fell backwards. Stupid enough, it's the stupidest mistakes that do the worst damage. I was in the shower, just boom, done. Clipped my head, boom, on the back of the tap, kicked outside part of the wall. It was just ugly. So, been recovering from that. And so I haven't had a chance to do that much, but I have a huge thank you to all of you guys and girls that have subscribed to just some random dude. I don't really do that much aside from share random experiences that I think can assist people, I guess. I don't know. But when I had a chance to actually check my email again, there was an email from YouTube saying, hey, you might be able to make some money. And being me, I like money. Money is good. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to make from any videos because most of my videos already have third-party content. And third-party content, I need written permission from the background music, the video, like whatever the source is. So I'm not going to go that far, but it'd be kind of cool. And I have you guys and girls to thank for that. So, hey, it's cool. I don't expect to be paid that much from it, but it's just actually really cool to come back from when you kind of been out of the scene a little bit. So I haven't got too much gameplay. I've been on Resistance Online a little bit, but because there's no cinema mode in there, I don't really have a chance to record. So even though it's live, I'll try and get some in there in the upcoming bit. So I'm at level 22 right now, I think I just unlocked, and I'm just working on my superhuman playthrough on that, and just about at the end. So hopefully I'll have more videos in regards to that. And it's because I wasn't really planning on doing anything. I didn't put up a notice like I said I would about this. So I have my MSN open, but I'm not expecting any questions to come through, which is fine because I have a backlog of questions in my inbox. So thank you, one and all. If you want to get your question answered or just ask away, please forward it or send it to gamercam@shaw.ca, or you can add that same address to MSN and hopefully catch me when I'm on MSN doing one of these episodes. So let's just get right into it. I might have to cut the episode in half because my webcam likes to unsync the sound to what I'm doing, so we'll see how that goes. So let's get started. Alrighty. Static Star, Six Nation. Well, that's awesome. I have a Six Nation question right off the bat. By the way, Six Nation is now .net. Someone took the domain from us, so great gaming community, sixnation.net. Check that out. So yeah, being a fan of COD games, I wondered, do you like the multiplayer in COD games? P.S. We gonna party the shit up on U3 when the beta hits? Question mark? Well, this is like a long time ago. It looks like the new beta hasn't come out, so we'll see what's going on there. So thanks for your question here, Static. Do I like the multiplayer in COD games? To be honest, I don't like COD that much. Now, that's not knocking COD. Obviously, it has millions of fans because people love it. So, I mean, that's why it's no big deal if I like it or not. A lot of people are like, when are you going to get COD? I don't plan to. To be fair, COD 3, the single-player campaign actually caught my interest. When I saw the E3 trailer, I was like, damn, that looks like it could have a good story to it. And the weird thing is most of my playthroughs, they're about the multiplayer, but I'm an old school guy. I grew up with no multiplayer except there's a guy here sitting beside me. And then when N64 came along, you'd like screen peek on where they're at in GoldenEye. So I play games for the single player. Multiplayer is like a cherry on top. And so I'm weird in that if something is ridiculously popular, I try to avoid it. I don't like being a part of the crowd. I did that with Pogs back in the day. I did it with Pokemon. I did it with Beyblades. I did it with Harry Potter. Like anything that's huge. I actually end up liking it after the fact because I don't like being part of a huge crowd, which is almost hypocritical in a way because I love Uncharted and Resistance. So I guess it just depends. If I don't really get why it's liked, it's just everyone's there, boom, automatically explodes, then it's like, yeah, I'll back off. So To be fair, I haven't played that much of any of the Call of Duty series. It hasn't interested me, and with my time, I stick to something that catches my interest first. And then if I have time, then I'll say, oh, okay, this looks alright. So the one bit I did play of COD, I think it was Black Ops Online. I didn't like the fact that it's just whoever sees who first gets the kill. Pretty much. It's like 2 quick shots, boom, they're dead. There's no real skill involved with that, in my opinion. If we're looking at it from a multiplayer standpoint, if I see them, they see me, it's a straight one-on-one boom, and they beat me in a straight one-on-one, perfect. But at the end of the day, you die so quickly that it still doesn't even matter. And that's why I liked Uncharted before 1.04. That's why I liked Resistance 1, heck, Resistance 2 even, and so far Resistance 3, where there is health. So yeah, you have to outgun the other player. You have to do the dance of death and do that, take him out, one-on-one, just like that. And because that's, people are like, well, it's more realistic in those games. Well, that's fine. That's why I don't sign up in the army and go to war, because I don't want to die in 1 to 2 shots. I want to enjoy it, and I want to have, you know, my thumb scale, see, okay, are they going to beat me or not? You know, not counting lag. So I haven't found any of the COD games that I've really cared for that much. I might get into the Call of Duty 3, I might get into the campaign. And my buddy's like, they're going to buy it for me because they want to play with me, because like my regular friends. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go online. I have too much on my plate already. I still have to play LA Noire, for God's sake. So, yeah, thanks for your question, Static. Alright, what do we got next here? Alright, so we have from KK. I know you really love the Final Fantasy series. Yes, I do. But what other old school RPGs do you like? I grew up on PlayStation 1, so games like Xenogears, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Mana, Valkyrie Profile, Lunar, etc. line my gaming shelf. Thanks for taking the time to make these videos. You're welcome. And the weird thing was, gaming throughout my preteen and teen years was strictly more RPGs. And for my preteen years, Super Nintendo was still all the rage. And I didn't really get into PlayStation until I was in grade 10, 11-ish. I'm 29 now. So I didn't really have a chance to really get into too many PlayStation 1 RPGs outside of the Final Fantasy series because I just a lack of money. I was in foster care a lot, so I wasn't working. I was just going to school. So the RPGs that I remember, as far as old school, would be, let me think, Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana. What else was in there? Illusion of Gaia. Oh man, that was a sick action RPG. I love that game so much. Things like that. Chrono Trigger, obviously. So I didn't get too many PlayStation 1 games for the PlayStation outside of Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. So I didn't get that many PlayStation 1 games because that was a time where I didn't have too much money to get them. But from what I've heard, those games that line your shelves are just amazing, apparently. So I'm glad you enjoy them, and looks like those should be ones if I ever have time in the future to go back and try and play those with on my PlayStation 2. So thanks for the question. Sorry I didn't have a chance to play those that much. What do we got here? Next. Here we go. From DougC. I know you did your Q&A like last month. Maybe about 2 or 3 now. But what part of Canada are you from, since I'm from Calgary? I've never seen too many Canadian YouTubers. Plus, I also saw the Battlefield LA movie, and when I saw the R3 roadside on the zoom out pan, I went crazy. So did I. Yeah, I saw that in theaters. I was like, ah! It was awesome. I'm in Vancouver. Yeah, the city that tore down its whole downtown core when we lost to the Boston Bruins in last year's playoffs. So, the shitty part about that was most of the rioters were from out of town. And it sucks. So, anyway, good job, Boston. We'll get you this year. Sorry, yeah. Quick, easy question here. And this one is from PSN Phoenix 343. What up, Cam? What up? Which are you more excited for? The Uncharted 3 multiplayer or the story? Well, I loved the multiplayer Uncharted 2. It was great. From what I played in the open beta, the third one seemed fun as well. It seemed very fun, and I love the deathmatch only mode. Love it. So I'm pretty excited for that. I don't know about some of those power plays, actually. They're the specifically Creepy Crawler. If you can pre-order that, there's going to be some guys running around at level 1 or whatever with Creepy Crawler, and that thing's a powerhouse. Have you seen that? It's sick. So, I don't know about that one, but aside from that, it looks fun, and they've added some different things to it, so I'm excited for it. Definitely, it's going to be a good time. But once again, at the end of the day, single player is first for me. That's why I bought the first Uncharted way back in the day. It didn't have multiplayer. That story was just like a summer action movie in my hands. Excuse me. And so it's all story for me. If I can get my girlfriend to sit down and just be like, it's a movie, and she did, literally. She loves Uncharted. She's played it. She loves it. So that's what matters to me. Multiplayer is going to be a huge time consumer for me, but single player for me is the one. So I'm just going to give this a pause, and we're going to do a crossfade because I don't want my lip sync to be all screwed up. So crossfade time. Alright, crossfade complete. I'm now synced up again, assuming I was unsynced. I don't know. So we have, I think, 4 questions done, I'm not too sure. So we are going to continue and see how it goes. Question 5. Where do you guys come up with some of these names? It's entertaining. This is from Mutant Vag 69. Stay away from that vag. It's going to... Whatever. What are your thoughts on Resistance 3? Campaign was awesome. It was very well done, but I've been a fanboy since I love Resistance 2 as well. That's the one where people were like, get this shit out of here. I loved it, and I love how they went through the campaign. It was well paced, a lot of freaky moments for sure. Heart racing a little bit. It was definitely well paced. I'm disappointed there was not spoiler alert. If you haven't played yet, spoiler. These are hands, but they're saying spoiler. I'm disappointed that there was not really too much more mention of Hale at all, and I'm disappointed that there's no mention of Grayson either. I mean, I don't like that Retribution was a spin-off and like somehow there's no connection there. Like, I don't know. So aside from that, it was worth my money. 100% worth my money. Loved it. Very pleased with it. Multiplayer, the beta was like clusterfuck from hell, but it is working very well so far from what I've done. A little bit of lag here and there, but so far I've enjoyed it. So far I have definitely enjoyed it. Not too sure I care for the atomizer that much. Shoddy is like ridiculously powerful, but the death matches feel like a bit more of a clusterfuck than they did in Resistance 2. I'm not sure why. I know it's a lot more. I'm getting shot a lot more from behind on a regular basis. You know, part of that is map knowledge. Part of that is radar as well. That it shows red dots on the radar all the way across the map, even if I'm not close. So I'm going in that direction for like 10 minutes, and yeah. But aside from that, it was worth my cash. 100%. Loved it. It was definitely worth my money, and if you're a Resistance fan, a lot of people I read on Six Nation and game trailers and other places have mentioned that even the ones that hated Resistance 2 were impressed that, you know what, they really turned it around. They really turned it back around, and they, you know, they felt it was at least decent. At least decent. So it was definitely worth my money, and hopefully it might be worth yours. What do we got next? Mutant Vag 69.